Welcome to
Neapolitan.
Scoop Podcast.
My name is Steph.
My name is Shay.
and my name is Rose. Thank you for tuning into the Neapolitan Scoop Podcast, where you get your weekly scoop. If you have not subscribed to our podcast, what are you waiting for? Go subscribe right now. Before we jump in, quick note on our content. It is created for adult audiences only. We do advise listener and viewer discretion for graphic depictions of violence, sexuality, mental illness discussions, existential crises, and downright filthy language. It might be a lot of information to take in, so if you need a breather, take your time, come right back. Today's topic: the legalization of weed in Texas. The Texas legislature meets every 2 years, and 2025 is a lucky year for Texas. They will be meeting in mid-January. In the past, the Texas House of Representatives has passed different bills to try to decriminalize marijuana, but they end up dying in the Senate. This year, some Texas residents are hopeful as there are at least two different bills already pre-written, pre-ready to go for the state's limited medical marijuana program. So to expand it to allow usage in more cities than the ones that already have it. The bill would allow individuals, of course, 21 and up, to possess up to 2.5 ounces of marijuana as in the state. So it wouldn't just be a local thing, kind of like in Houston. It wouldn't be a thing in Dallas. It'd be all through the state. But at home, they would be allowed to keep up to 10 ounces. So at home, you would have your 10 ounces, but you would have to store it away and keep safely away. HB 1146 or House Bill would expand the qualifying conditions by allowing patients to access states low THC marijuana to treat conditions that may otherwise be given opioids. So instead of giving opioids, it would allow these people to get marijuana prescription, which would be good because what happens? They're not going to get addicted to these opioids, right? Other bills are HB 848 or House Bill 848. This would re-examine the state's total criminal code surrounding marijuana and the possession of it, as well as now include marijuana concentrate as a form of marijuana. HJR 70, this would allow the legislature to regulate the use of growing, selling, and the use of medical marijuana. So there's a lot of things happening. We are hopeful, some of us, that it will pass, that Texas is going to open its mind up for what's happening, move into the 21st century and stop being so stuck up. I can't say stuck up. What is it? What would
Stuck
it
in the past.
just yes,
Stop
we're
being a
living like in
prune.
there. We're being prudes here in Texas. We need to move on forward. Okay. With that being said, we're gonna send it over to Shay for some questions.
All right. So, first question is, why do you think Texas has taken so long to adopt the legalization of marijuana? Because we got
They
old
just
white people making rules.
Yep. That's really what it is. I think it's men. Steph, we can't
stuck
hear
in.
you. Oh,
You hear me now?
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was saying we're just stuck in the past. We're just old fashioned and old.
Mm, yeah. I think we keep saying, in Texas they're very religion oriented, but I don't know that the Bible says anything about marijuana. So they may want to rethink that.
It talk a lot about some wine, so that's why I don't feel bad when I be drinking.
I think the only thing that the Bible says is that you're not supposed to consume in excess, like to
Uh,
get what
Don't
you could.
consume
There's
it
nothing
like
wrong with
that. I consume it to drink it. I can't help that I get drunk. It's a side effect.
I think you're right. It says excess. It doesn't want you to
Like
get
I'm
in
not
excess.
drinking to get drunk. It's gonna happen, but I'm not trying to.
I mean, that's because your drinking choice is tequila. So, I mean, that's kind of a given. You're gonna get drunk.
yes. We done told you to stop.
It's an intervention. We've told you to stop.
And Shay, I don't have a problem. What are you talking about?
Because I don't. I would have tequila right now if I had a problem. It's some in my cabinet. And I thought about
Oh
it.
Lord.
I thought about it, but I said, you know what? I'm tired today. I want to go to sleep. My head already hurt a little bit. I don't need no more problems. So I left it in
Mm,
the cabinet. If I was a true alcoholic, I would still be drinking some regardless of what I feel like.
that's true. That's true.
Look at the
So,
growth.
You got to start somehow,
oh,
right?
yeah, you start by getting old and tired.
I hear you. I'm right there with
um,
you.
I was gonna say
To,
something. Why do I think it's taking so long for them to adopt it? It was something I was gonna say. Dang. Anybody else got something to say while I think about what I was gonna say?
I mean, in regard, oh, I was gonna say, while you're thinking to follow up.
uh-oh. Did I freeze?
No, I know I stopped moving, but no, it's still.
Okay. So while Steph is unfreezing,
Um,
so it looks like there's many agencies in Texas that have actually spoken on behalf of decriminalizing it. DPS is one of them. It looks like even Hot Wheels has said that he's willing to meet about decriminalizing it. So is I don't know what's going on.
what I was gonna say was, I think a lot of people always compare it to alcohol, and I think that brought me to it. Because a lot of people, when I hear their opinions, they're like, "Oh, well, it impairs your driving," or you can't function when you smoke weed, and blah blah blah. Well, just speaking from experience, it's not the same as alcohol. I mean, granted, I think just like anything else,
No.
you have to know your limitations with stuff. Obviously, if it's your
Yeah.
first time doing it, of course the effect's gonna be different on you than it would be from somebody who's been smoking weed 30 years of their life. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
tolerance
yeah.
levels are different.
Definitely.
Alcohol, I think, definitely has a different effect, a
I
way
think
different
alcohol is
effect.
worse.
It is worse in my opinion, you
Yeah,
know.
it just, it's all these deaths that we've had because of alcohol use, all these
Yeah,
accidents, people and killing themselves, but you don't hear people really, killing
yeah,
themselves, running into accidents because of weed. Like,
yeah.
I don't
Now,
know.
granted, if marijuana is found in somebody's system and is involved in an accident, they probably have more than just that. I
Mm-hmm.
don't think it's just solely just that. A lot of people, if they are smoking marijuana, they already know they probably too fucked up to drive. They already know I could barely probably walk right now. Why am I going to get in the car? It definitely has a different effect on your body. But people, when you drink, a lot of people think they still superheroes and could just blow a point,
Oh,
whatever.
right.
I don't know what the point is. I didn't work in that division, but they think that they can still do whatever. And a lot of the times they can't get home. They end up in an accident. And yeah, marijuana is hardly ever the cause of any accidents
Yeah.
from my knowledge.
But I think it's because of that fear, we go back to the Reagan presidency. Him and Nancy were really known for that commercial, like this is your brain on
On
drugs.
drugs.
And yes, so they they really scared the bejesus out of people. And these people are now those people that are, 60s, 70s, 80s that are actually going out there and voting. So on their heads, it's like this president drilled it so bad that, marijuana is a gateway drug. Alcohol is a gateway drug. So I'm not sure why they just keep kind of separating the truth that, oh, alcohol doesn't make you, yes, it does. You get drunk, you want to do cocaine, you want to do heroin for those heroin
Hell,
addicts.
you
Like you're,
probably don't even care what's going on around you when you
yes,
drinking.
yes,
Not
At
aware.
yes.
least on weed, you hella fucking aware.
No, not me. That's why I
You're
don't do.
panicking and shit.
You're
I,
panicking, you're anxious, you're looking around like wondering what's everything going on around you. That's what I think.
Yeah, that's crazy though.
I'm not a. I can't do either. I just need to sit my ass down and become one with myself because weed will have me either paranoid or knocked out for a day.
Yeah, yeah.
But I will say that. I will say, when it comes to driving, I don't remember because I don't. I'm not a weed smoker, but the one time I was tricked into doing it. Um,
You were
um,
tricked into smoking weed.
the only thing I remember is hearing everything around me. Like I was more alert. I
You're
was like,
hella fucking aware. Exactly.
Yeah,
why do I hear every horn around me? Like I hear that man like every piece of it.
that's
And then on top
crazy.
of that, people are more violent on alcohol.
Hmm.
People are not violent when they smoke weed. It makes you chill. It makes you, I mean, whatever the effects of it is, it's different for everybody. But nobody wants to get
Yeah,
up there and squabble with nobody after they don't smoke the joint. They want to
because
be
they're high.
friends. They want to be
Yeah,
friends.
Hmm.
the love drug.
They want to be friends. They gonna link up all the time just for that. Now you done got you a new buddy.
That's funny.
But I don't know. That's just like I said. This is what I hear people on social media saying. Like they always compare it to like alcohol. Like it's just as worse. When in reality, there's way worser things. PCP.
Yeah.
You got people who are on mushrooms. Talking about touch some grass. Like got the whole world.
Yeah.
LSD. Like come on, y'all. Be for real.
I think the
So
only negative thing about weed is it does mess up your brain cells. Like you do in the long term. You
when you started, when your brain hasn't fully developed like a teenager, so that's why I feel like make it legal, make it 25 and up or something,
Mhm.
somebody that's
See,
fully
that's how I
developed.
remember we talked about it because we talked about the brain developing and the ages and stuff. We talked about the age limits. Remember that? And you said
Yeah.
people should be 27 years old. They could smoke weed.
They need to.
27.
But real quick, so it says marijuana has depressant, stimulant, and hallucinogenic effects. It may promote relaxation, enhance mood, and increase sensory perception. They may also experience like the typical side effects of depressants, stimulants, and hallucinogenics. But alcohol is also a downer. So they're both downers, but it says alcohol is classified as a depressant as well. But it slows or depresses your basic functions such as speech, reactions, and movement. It can
Mm-hmm.
also affect brain function and neural.
You talking about alcohol?
Um, it affects brain function and neural activity. So it impairs the ability for us to like think clearly. It can alter our perceptions of our surroundings
And that's
and
alcohol or is that marijuana?
distort. That's alcohol. So
Oh,
alcohol, marijuana just makes you slow down. It could might maybe give you depression. I think it really depends personally
man.
from being an ex-user. I would just say it depends on what kind of mood you're in. Honestly, if I was in a good mood and I smoked, I was gonna be in a good mood
Yeah,
after. Like you said, like everybody was your friend. But
Yeah.
if you were already having issues, you're
that
already
is
having a
true.
hard time. Once you smoke, I think that's when like the downer effects would kind of hit you a little more.
Yeah.
So I don't know. For me, it was just depending on what kind of mood I was on. That's the kind of like,
Yeah. I definitely think you can't be in a bad headspace because it does make you
mm,
think a lot. It
yeah,
makes you really evaluate stuff and makes you think a lot. So if you are in a bad mood or whatever's going on in your life, you're gonna probably think about that shit. Or if you like anxious about
mm,
something, you're gonna be probably even more anxious about whatever that is. But a lot of the times, I know for me, as an ex user, it also it just makes me sleepy. Like I just want to go to sleep. Like
mm,
just so a lot of the times if I couldn't sleep I would use it for that because it
yeah,
just makes me go to sleep, which is why they should legalize it because a lot of people have insomnia and
yeah,
I don't know, like would you rather us turn a prescription sleeping pills or would you just rather somebody,
Ambien, yeah,
yeah, like what, I mean you got to choose the your
That's
the best devil, I guess. Choose your favorite one. Like we either gonna be opioid abusers, we either gonna be sleeping pill abusers, we gonna be alcoholics, we gonna be something.
we're gonna do something. It's in our nature.
pharmaceuticals is a big business, so they would prefer for you to do the opioids over the
Yeah,
weed.
Of
big
course, it
pharma.
was a
Yeah,
whole pandemic because of them. They are the legalized drug dealers of the world.
yeah, definitely.
$1 billion
Eh,
company,
very
but ain't nobody
lucrative, and
knocking
that's
them down and telling them they got to go to jail.
no, because they're going to all these senates and house, and they're paying those people for rules to pass that are gonna help big pharma.
Give me my
Mm-hmm.
Money.
samples. Here,
Huh?
try it. I said they be running around here with samples. Here, try this. We don't know if it's going to work for you, but we'll find out. We'll see what it does to you. Let us know.
I
Right. Or
wish
like all
I
these new pills they coming out with that hasn't been, nobody's gotten them, but it's like, oh, we just have this test, this study going around, ask your doctor about X, whatever this is called.
I wish I remembered which one it was, but there was one that I was reading case on. Um, it was something like some new prescription or something like that came out. It was highly addictive. And these pharmaceutical companies were encouraging doctors to keep prescribing it. I can't remember which one it was. But it's one of these opioids, but
Yeah,
like
I'm
when
like,
it
it
was
had to be
first being,
opioid. Yeah.
it has, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was, I think it was like a muscle relaxer or something like that. And people were highly getting addicted to it because it would allow their body to kind of, like relax.
Yeah.
And these companies kept giving doctors like more or,
Incentives and stuff.
yes,
Yeah.
incentives for them to use those drugs, for them to do, oh, you do this. Let me give you a trip to I don't know, to Mexico. And they would do that. So these doctors were pushing these prescriptions, even if their doctors did it, if their patients didn't need them. And now
Yep.
you had all these people that were addicted to it. And it's
Yep.
like now these people are going into stuff like heroin because now they need that high. It's like now they stop taking your legal stuff. Now they're taking, the stuff from crack, heroin, like stuff that they can
So
get quickly.
what sounds like a gateway drug is opioids. That one sounds like
Hmm.
it opens up too many damn doors to places you ain't never tried to go before.
Definitely. Yeah, 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 definitely. I agree.
Facts.
Cause what?
That's
Anyways,
crazy.
hang on, I lost my screen. Get back.
Mhm.
There we go. All right. Next question. How does Texas compare to other states regarding marijuana laws? We suck and they don't.
It's pretty
um,
obvious.
huh?
Like I was gonna say, it's pretty obvious. Like we just compared to other states. So how many states did you say have legalized marijuana?
I know California for sure. Nevada for sure, because that's where
Hold
Vegas
on.
is. We have quite a few
So
in the
we got
state.
Arizona, Colorado, Delaware, New Jersey, New Mexico, Florida, Connecticut, Illinois. It's a lot more than I thought. Maryland, Massachusetts, Missouri,
Do you see the pattern though?
Virginia,
Are
District
you
of
seeing a pattern?
Columbia, Kentucky, Montana, and Nevada. That's a lot of different states.
Do you see
Are
the
these blue
pattern within
states?
all of these though?
Huh?
What? What's the
Do
pattern?
you know what the pattern is? Most of these are Democratic states.
I was just going to say these must be blue states.
Yep, most of these are blue states, except for Alabama. I'm surprised Alabama's in here because
I
they
mean,
be
it's
red now.
Alabama. It's
I
Alabama.
mean, well, they be back and forth. So
It's
apparently this year they
Alabama.
wanted to be red.
The state of I might be effing my cousin. Come on now. The
Oh,
hippie
you're
state,
right. Florida too.
the incest state. Of course they legalized marijuana. I feel like, never mind, I'm gonna shut up. Because I was gonna go into something real ignorant and racist. And I just,
You're ignorant and racist. Then you was
And
gonna have
it's been a minute since you've been ignorant and racist.
them in the comments.
if all I know we're gonna have somebody that follows from Alabama, they're gonna get on my neck and I ain't got time for it.
And there's only a few states that make it illegal. Most of them are either legal for recreational or legal for medical use. It looks like Texas, Kansas, Nebraska, Wyoming, Idaho. I don't know what I-8 is. Wyoming, Indiana, Tennessee, North Carolina,
Get
South
the
Carolina, Georgia are the ones that are illegal.
Mm.
And then some parts of Louisiana and Mississippi looks like they have it decriminalized. So it's only like portions in there that have it
mm-hmm.
decriminalized. But it looks like Texas is, and it's really a lot of the southern like states
That
that
are
are.
the past.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But
That's
so
crazy.
it's kind of hard to differentiate these days between like the smoke shops,
Mm-hmm.
because remember how I told y'all this company had mailed me their postcard and they're not based in Texas, but the postcard came to my front door, not in Texas, and they was like, you can get legal marijuana to Texas. And I'm like, how in the hell? And I realized they were talking about like THCA, and basically the basis of it is it's legal because of the amount or the percentage of THC should be less than um whatever percentage it needs to be in order for it to be legal. But they say that once you light it, it turns into actual THC. And I'm just like, how do y'all get away with, like, how does this even make sense? But people have to be careful because at one dispensary that was supposedly they were a part of this whole scheme and they were investigated by the FBI because they actually had more marijuana in their products than supposed to have
Mm,
because
that
people
makes
have been
sense.
testing their stuff under the cover, and they had
Hmm.
several dispensaries in Houston alone, like 18 different locations. And I think they probably were selling legit stuff out of their stores.
Yeah.
And they also
Mm.
got
So,
caught up on some money laundering shit. So who knows how deep that shit was really
ooh.
going? Yeah.
So real quick, look, I think Texas can adopt some laws like this. Like, I wanted to know if weed was legal in Hawaii, and it says it is legal. You do require a medical card. You must be 25, 21 and up for any possession of cannabis. You can only get weed from dispensaries or caregivers, so they have the locations where you can get it. You may not operate a motorized vehicle while high. So I like that. They're already saying it's against the law. If you're high, you can't drive, you know?
Yeah.
Possession over 3 grams will result in a misdemeanor charge. So they basically legalized it, but they said, look, if you're gonna be high, stay at home. So I like that. Hawaii has something going on. I like
Maybe
that.
I.
Hmm.
Yeah. Hawaii, definitely. They be selling that stuff. You know, I know because we was just there early this year. And absolutely,
Was
that's
about what?
all I'm gonna say is
They keep going to
absolutely.
the taco stand. That's all we're gonna say.
What? Because they had like a little taco truck area. And in the taco truck area, they also had like a little setup where you could get your tacos and your THC in the same space.
That's why Jake kept eating tacos. It was a twofer. You know, she loves tacos.
Wow. She was in her zone. That was right up her
They
alley.
definitely they had some good stuff out there. Even if I don't know if it was 100% legit, if it was what we have out here, but and I
Yeah,
think it was what we have out here, the THCA version of it. But I
yeah.
was just happy to have what I thought was legal, and I was happy to take it because I thought it was legal.
But
Well,
Hawaii
now,
is
well, now you don't know because it's legal over there, so it might have actually been,
a Democratic state too.
Yeah,
Who?
Hawaii is a Democrat state too.
Hawaii.
So that's the
Okay.
they're Democratic states. So,
But that's why they're not stressed. That's why they're so chill.
but I think Republicans are all about money, and even though I'm just like y'all might as well get money off of it. So just
Yeah.
I just don't understand if maybe they think that if they start legalizing marijuana, people will stop taking pharmaceuticals. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, no, that's I think that has a lot to do with it because now you don't need muscle relaxers because you can just get some prescribed you can get some prescribed marijuana. Like they said, backaches, marijuana. My head is hurting. Let me not take this $1,000 shot. Let me smoke some weed. So I think it's so many ailments that it would help with that it would really like be a chunk of change that it's taking from pharmaceuticals.
Too
Yeah.
natural,
Mhm.
natural
Yeah.
for the Republican states.
Yeah. Hmm.
They like chaos.
They really do.
Oh,
They
it's like
like
no,
getting
with these pills so that you can keep coming back for them, and then eventually,
right.
And
yeah.
you have
And
a
the
pill that takes
government,
care of one ailment, and then you have 20 different ones that it gives you because will
Um,
cure your headache, but get possibly side effect. Your eye will fall out. You'll get diarrhea. Your mouth will twist to the side. You'll get a stroke, and you're like, "What the fuck?" Like, what?
not sure I gonna fall out and I'm gonna get diarrhea.
I mean, have you heard how fast they tell you those things because it's so many, and it's curing one thing.
last one is or death.
Make a serious injury or death.
Like,
Like
yeah, do I
okay,
want to die or do I want to feel better? Like, I don't
Fuck
know.
it. Fuck it. Let me just die of whatever it is that I have because I don't want to kill myself faster.
might as well take my chances.
Yeah, man. Mm-mm.
That's crazy. But I didn't
Legalize Texas.
a good thing to point out. I didn't realize that most Democratic states are the ones that
Yeah.
legal. So I'm
Man,
learning.
I
Demos
remember
love
when I
weed.
went to Colorado like a couple years ago, or a girls trip. It was like 8, 9, 10 of us. I don't really remember. It wasn't my party. I just showed up. But one of my homegirl's friends, I guess she sells it out there. So she showed up to the party, the slumber party at the Airbnb. She had like 10 jars of different stuff. And I'm
Damn.
just like, this is crazy. First of all, I've never seen this much stuff in one place at one time. And I'm just like, this is for us. She's like, yeah, it's our weekend. Just what? I just thought that was crazy because I mean, in Texas, you would never just show up to a party with like 10 jars of marijuana. Because first of all, we're at the cops. Second of all, we going to jail.
Right.
Mhm.
All the squares are gonna dip. All right, I'm out.
Mhm.
I ain't about this life. I love my freedom.
Or either that or it's a trap house. Like there's this,
Yeah.
But in our case, it was just a legalized state, and it was just okay. Like pick what you want, and it was free. And then on top of that, I forgot that she gave us a goodie bag, and in the goodie bag it had 2 pre rolls in there. Girl, why I got on that plane with that damn pre roll and I forgot. And by the time I got back to Houston, I opened my bag and I was like,
I'm glad she froze.
She froze when she was giving us the tea.
"Rose."
Ooh, let me see. Come back, Shay.
Mm-mm.
She said she was about.
I'm looking at this and I'm like, look, maybe we can get some money making some stickers.
Am I froze now?
Wait, what? I thought you was about to
No,
say.
you're good. Some Democrats love weed stickers with a donkey that's high as hell. Don't just steal my ideas.
So I guess y'all didn't hear what I said then. Because you
No,
said I
you
froze.
froze.
Froze right
Yeah.
before, right when the tea was getting good.
Yeah. We were both
Well,
like,
I forgot what I was gonna say, so don't worry about it.
you were talking about the many jars of weed.
Um, with the rolled up blunt.
Oh yeah, yeah. So we when we got there, she gave us party bags or whatever. It was
We heard
she
that part.
labeled labeled it something, but it had 2 pre rolls in there. And I forgot, like when I packed all my stuff up, I put the party bag in there, and I forgot all about that shit. So I
Oh.
got back to Houston, and I had obviously unpacking my stuff. No, I got through the airport surprisingly, bro.
Mm.
I forgot it. So when I got here and I looked in my bag, I was so shook because I was like, I picked this back from Colorado. I'm going to jail.
You went through all the gigs.
But nothing happened. I mean, it made it back here safely. It ain't here no more, but it made it back safely.
Did you just say it didn't hit anyone?
I would have kept it for your purposes. I would have
all
put
that,
brain.
all that risk in your life for that.
So what
Because
did
I
you do? You,
just, huh?
you smoked? Wait.
Yeah, I said it's not here no more.
Oh, I would have definitely kept it for memorabilia purposes. That's how shook I would have. You know what? I don't even need to touch this one. It's blessed.
And it was inside of
Blessed.
a jar. You know how they have jars that are smell proof. So it was just inside
Mhm.
the jar.
Oh.
And I also
Oh,
had bought, never mind, I'm gonna stop telling my business.
see. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. Little dolls that they be having at the store.
Right, that's why I was like, it was in a little smoke proof container. But what I've heard from one of my people who work for TSA, she said that they don't care about small stuff. She said they only care about big loads of things.
That
So
makes
people
sense.
probably sneak stuff in here and there, small like a gram or two. But she was like, they don't be worried about that. They worry about ounces and zips and stuff.
Oh, she froze again.
Damn it.
She was just talking about how to sneak drugs into the States.
And them damn dogs chasing her ass.
Yeah, it'd be the one day if they're just like catch them all.
If they got them damn dogs waiting as soon as she got off the plane.
Mm-mm.
Why do I keep freezing?
I don't know, but
You're
you're back.
back. I
This
was
is
just
stressing
watching
me
something
out.
last night when they were talking about the drug mules. And how
Well,
them girls they be taking all them little stuff, the drugs in, And then
Man, they be forced to do that shit. I hate to do that because they get really sick from doing that.
Some
they
of them
can
die.
die if it pops in their stomach, they die. Because that's a whole bunch of drugs.
What is he
Drugs,
chewing on?
drugs.
This man, he always in something. That
And she could just put the little drugs are bad, okay, in here from South Park.
Break.
Yeah.
Okay.
but
And you're
okay. Yeah, dog keeps sneaking and stealing stuff and eating on chewing on it. I'm like, where is he getting all this stuff from? He just randomly finding shit. All right. Next question. So when do you think Houston will legalize marijuana? Well,
It's
they technically
coming.
says it is legalized, but they say it's under a certain amount. But who knows how actual true that actually is? Because I feel like even them trying to use like oh, we smell marijuana in your car. I heard they can't use that as probable cause. Like a smell, it could be a smell from 2 days ago. It could be a smell from three
That's
days
true.
ago. Like, how do you really know? Especially if you hotbox in your car, that smell gonna be in there for a couple days. So it's like
Mm-hmm.
to even use the scent of it, but then to say, okay, well, that's enough for me to search your car. Like, I don't fully understand the law. I'm not a lawyer yet, but
Yeah.
I would love to really know how much they can do in regards to under 2 grams or whatever of marijuana. Like, what does that actually do? They still arrest for that, even though they say they don't?
Right. Uh-oh, we lost stuff.
We're just
Yeah,
having
I
a
think
bunch of connection.
today our computers want to be high.
Talking about marijuana, everything going wrong. It's
so
glitching all at the right times.
reaching.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah.
Please don't
They-
kill me. Um, all right.
Oh
Next,
Lord.
the question was, when do we think Houston will legalize marijuana?
Yeah.
Oh
Uh,
no, my laptop's about to die. I thought it was
Oh,
plugged in.
goodness. We about to lose Rose next.
I know you ain't say no goodness when both of y'all been freezing on me.
I know. Look, I'm surprised mine got battery, but hey,
I'm gonna
I
plug it
even
in right now. There, I plugged it in.
I don't know. I
Steph,
don't
I finally saw somebody who battery life be just as low as yours.
really. That's
I
Steps.
mean, except hers was her computer. It wasn't her phone. But I could imagine if her computer died, her phone be probably dying too. Because how your computer
Mm,
just be dying?
my computer dies, but my phone usually stays charged.
my computer stay dead. My phone stay on 25%, and
Kids
eventually,
always guiding me on YouTube, declining calls, answering calls.
yeah, they answer
Steph
the call.
has Steph has no
They be like,
control over her electronics at all.
She doesn't, but that's the life of a toddler mom.
"True, look, take the
Baby.
phone. I just want
My
peace. A
my
peaceful."
godchildren were asking me for my phone the other day, and I said, "No, I'm not your mom. I don't have to give you my phone." I was like, "Ma'am, sir, because they were like, "Maninas, can I play?" And I was like, "No, this is my phone. We are not. I need it for phone calls. This is not your mama phone."
Gonna give you the salty looks next time.
But
They did. They were like,
Like, how dare you?
"Yeah,
But I don't know. I feel like them when they do decide to legalize it. I mean, obviously, I feel like the government's gonna have a dab in it. I mean, hell, they already pretty much got a dab in these smoke shops. They're pretty much these are businesses. These are people who
they're
have
taxing them."
EINs and they're getting taxed for different things. You paying taxes on your business. You paying taxes on the items they probably buy. Well, they probably buy them wholesale. So if they have a wholesale license, probably not. But they getting their money some way, even from these smoke shops. So it's
Mhm.
possible for them to legalize it fully and do what they're doing now. Technically, that's all they got to do is whatever they're doing now, do that. Whatever
Mhm.
you do for marijuana, I mean, whatever you do for alcohol and for cigarettes, do it for marijuana.
Yes, this maybe this is what they see it as. It's like, okay, they legalize marijuana, they make a profit off of it. assuming that a certain amount of the population smokes it or needs it or whatever, right? But think about how much money they make off of incarcerating people for it.
Hmm.
They
They
make
make,
a lot more money putting people in jail than they probably would
yeah,
legalizing it fully.
right. Exactly.
I don't know, but it looks like Texas, we need to get with it because
We got too many, got enough people committing crimes. We don't need the one
mm-hmm.
we
Yep.
didn't.
So for
Yeah.
all you people who are in California and y'all want to come on down here to Texas because of cost of living and wages and stuff, just keep in mind your weed cannot come with you.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what you're trading for everything else. You're trading that lifestyle for something a little more stern. So you can't get down here and say I got my weed from California because they do not care where you got it from. They do not care. They will still put you in jail even if you bought your little zip and decide you want to just take it with you to travel to Texas. You're going to jail. So keep it in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So y'all should probably just stay where y'all live because we fool.
We
Being
really are.
I'm tired of being in traffic all day, every day. It could be 3 a.m. I'm in traffic.
I'm tired of them fixing freeways to prepare for the next couple years when in reality they ain't even prepared for today.
Mm-hmm.
Freeways always
Yeah.
under construction because it's too many people here.
Yep.
All
Look.
right. Last question. How might legalization affect Texas law? Well, we just talked about that. Law enforcement and criminal justice. Y'all be jumping ahead of the questions.
Sorry. But I could follow up on that because that one thing that we did bring up is one of them. But
Mm.
I feel like if marijuana was legalized, it would make room in the jails and the dockets there because our dockets are like on overload. Our jails are on overload. Like
Mm.
we just don't have room for people, and people be in there for like people who are in there for like little ounces of weed, misdemeanor weed. Why are they here? Like
Mhm.
let them go, like they say. Hey, if they are driving and they're high, give them a ticket.
Mm.
I
Tow
don't
their
know, but
car because that's something that you can do. Just like if somebody is if they fail an alcohol test, I mean they going to jail, but they're going to
Mhm.
have their car towed. People who don't have insurance or a valid driver's license usually get their car towed. So in the sense of rather than sending them to jail, tow their shit. Now you got to pay to get your shit out of the tow shop.
Yeah. There,
It's a consequence for it, but
there's
revoke their
definitely
life.
ways. Yeah, there's definitely ways to collect that money, I think.
without putting somebody in jail and having the taxpayers pay to feed them and store them every
Mhm.
day.
Yeah.
I feel
Make
like
them pay their own fines.
there's other crimes that law enforcement can be going against that don't have to do with this little petty stuff. Like,
Mm.
Exactly. Yep. There's murderers out here. There's rapists. There's
Mm.
arsonists. There's so many worse crimes than to lock somebody up because they want to smoke a little bit of weed.
Right.
yeah,
Worse crimes. And I just feel like it's so petty. It's a petty crime. It's a petty nature to do to lock somebody up for that. But
that's fact.
I agree.
also I had looked up something in regards to that question. So it also could affect Texas law enforcement and criminal justice system. So of course lowered costs. So we just mentioned that. So the cost of arresting, prosecuting, and incarcerating um,
Right.
individuals for marijuana offenses would decrease, freeing up funds for public services, lessens racial disparities, because Black people are mainly the ones who are locked up for these particular crimes.
Mhm.
Discrimination may help reduce the disappropriate impact of drug enforcement on minority communities. So they
Mhm.
can stop targeting us Black and brown people. I mean, I don't see them arresting white people for cocaine. I'm just saying, because that's their
Cocaine.
choice. That is their
Cocaine is a hell of a
choice.
drug.
Which one of these damn people said that?
I don't see people getting arrested for like I see people getting arrested for selling it, but not
Mm.
doing it and being under the influence of
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Like that's a whole drug itself too. But yet we're prosecuting people simply because of marijuana when y'all forget there's other drugs out there too.
Yeah, people do get arrested for possession, like possession of cocaine.
That's crazy. That's crazy though.
But
It's
still,
not as much though. You see more marijuana charges than you see possession of cocaine charges.
Yes. Isn't that
I mean,
crazy?
it's a drug. Like it,
If you sniff too much of it, it's gonna go to your brain and you're gonna have a fucking heart attack and you
yeah.
gonna stop breathing.
Or you'll be violent. And then they don't just do cocaine. It'd be like cocaine with all this other
Crack with
shit.
meth, with mushrooms, with
And
LSD. They're just so dramatic with it. Like that's too
out here
much.
streets
Mm.
thinking somebody's trying to kill you. I'm like, bro, I'm just trying to cross the street. But you today thinking I'm trying to kill you. I'm not, listen, sir, mind your business, okay? Because
Yeah.
You talking about slow down on that shit because I'm not trying to kill you.
Not slow down on that shit.
but but yeah, I think all of that is facts. Like I think it'll be more beneficial, honestly, for like you said,
I
society.
agree.
But they just don't want to let go. They'll rather keep incarcerating people
I think it's also a power move, you know. They're trying to be like,
in
nah.
control.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
control factor for sure. I mean, it's a way to keep certain people in check, keep certain people incarcerated, certain people down, you know.
Yeah, definitely. These fucking glasses.
What's wrong with your glasses?
I tried to put them on, but they look crooked. I don't know. It might just be me. I'm just tired. I'm just tired of now.
Now
Look.
you're seeing cross-sided.
I'm like, what is going on with Rose down there in these glasses?
Lord Jesus.
Anyways, I know
I'm
y'all.
looking I'm looking at some gifts and it said peanut butter and crack sandwich.
What peanut butter? Okay.
Peanut butter and crack sandwich.
You know
Um,
Dave
what I heard?
Y'all ever see Dave Chappelle's little skits on shit like this? He does a Rick James one. I just sent y'all the gift.
this one, I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna put an emphasis on it. This shit right here. This is what I'm talking about.
Man, this crack Dave Chappelle is a hot mess. This
He
character
is.
him itself is a hot mess.
I love it though, because he be like peanut butter and crack sandwich.
You are not about to see nobody that's high on weed looking like this man in this blue
That's cocaine because you know their mouth and they stop feeling and stuff. They start tripping.
area. Like if I
Nah,
see
his shit mixed with crack. That's just not cocaine. It's a whole crackhead I'm looking at.
Look.
amphetamine and all kind of
Mm-hmm.
things right there.
Yep.
And then on top of that, you got to be careful when you snorting cocaine because half that shit be laced with fentanyl. Y'all don't know which
Oh,
white
now
powder
it
y'all
is.
snorting.
Yeah, that's
You don't know
crazy.
which white powder, but I bet you if I see some white powder mixed with my green leaf, I'ma know because it's gonna stand out. But you don't know if you snorting cocaine and cocaine is white and your fentanyl is white. You don't know.
They
So
be lacing too. They be lacing the weed too. You really can't tell because like you only need like
a
this much.
little bit. You don't need much.
Yeah,
That's crazy though.
You need less than a dime size, literally,
that's
of
why you can't be
fentanyl.
everybody.
Mm-mm.
Just grow.
Just stick to the regular natural
Stick to
weed.
the
Why you
natural
want to do all
grown
these
weed.
other stuff? Save the
Mm-hmm.
earth. Smoke some weed. That's gonna be our catchphrase. Save the earth. Smoke some
All right,
weed.
smoke some weed.
Nothing wrong with that. Hey,
Need that
I
on a
don't
Mother
think
bumper
Nature.
sticker. Save the earth, smoke some weed.
Yep. That's what
Make
we're gonna
America
do.
great again and smoke some weed.
hey, you've been this whole time.
I've been what?
I hate
Mm-hmm.
being free, like staggering.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm, damn. I don't know.
Okay though, but I hate it because you had a lot of vocals on this episode, so I was like, damn, like Shay over there stuck, but we could hear you.
I wonder if once she puts it and she transfers it over, we would still be able to hear her portion. Yeah, because sometimes it does that. Like I thought, like sometimes I think I'm freezing and I can still hear myself talking. So
All right. So we want to thank you for tuning into our podcast. Again, if you enjoyed our content, please subscribe to our channel, like and comment. Go like and subscribe. We love feedback. While you're at it, follow us on all streaming platforms. Wherever you listen to your podcast on, we are on there. Go listen to us right now. Also, if you have a topic that you would like for us to discuss, or if you'd like to be a guest on our podcast, we'd love to have you. So send us a DM or shoot us an email. Again, thank you, and see you next week for your weekly scoop serving. Peace.
Bye.